Oh, okay. So I guess we're gonna play a little bit of. Hello, this is me, Arlen. I'm with Casey.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a little bit of Warzone, Halo 5.
Because I'm curious.
Just because Casey's curious, I thought I'd show him. So you guys are actually in for a pretty cool treat because I've been playing a lot of Halo 5 recently, just because it's probably the one of the few franchises I've been behind for quite a while. But Warzone Turbo is kind of neat because regular Warzone, basically you have 3 objectives, so there's 3 bases that you have to capture, and after you've captured all 3 bases, then you have access to your enemy's core, and then so once you have access to enemy's core, you can end the game quickly by going over and destroying it before they capture one of the bases again. Or you can just rack up points. So it's kind of interesting because there's like a multiple ways of winning. So that's one way, is destroying the enemy's core. The other way is kind of a more long and drawn out way. So if your enemy teams or your opposing team is quite skillful or same skilled as you, sometimes you can't quite get to the core. So it's kind of like a standard death match at that point. So whoever racks up the most amount of kills or points, essentially, you win the game. But it's quite a bit. It's like 1,000, or I think it's actually maybe like it's something like that. It's quite a bit that you have to get to. So it's quite
even
drawn
says
out.
score to win 1,000.
1,000, yeah. And then the third way is actually there is computer enemies also on the map with you. So as you're defeating computer enemies, there is computer mini bosses that show up kind of like little hordes. And as little hordes get defeated, stronger bosses show up, and eventually if you keep killing off the bosses and you get to the final mini boss, you can also kill him and win the game if you're the team that took him down. But he's like ridiculously hard, and you probably have better chances also of taking over your opposing team. But if you have a especially skilled opposing team, you can gang up on the computer and start winning a lot of points that way. So it's like
Halo has evolved a lot since I played. It
has quite a bit. It's turned into quite. They've really tried to balance out like how to win things and how to do certain things. And this one is really neat because Turbo. Usually you have to. It gets ridiculously kind of complicated. As you play the game and get more points, you unlock basically a small amount of in-game currency towards that specific match that gets you better weapons or vehicles or whatnot. So it can give you the upper hand if you're playing quite well, or if your team's playing quite well and doing good teamwork. You can like start racking up tanks, and then you can start really taking over the enemy team. But this one's really cool because as soon as you enter the game, basically, and you take your home base back from some computer enemy guys, you can start immediately accessing the highest ranked cards. So you can really quickly see what's available in like right away. Like this is like basically what's accessed. It's like stuff that I've never ever been having a really good grand old time because this is stuff I've never been able to access. So they've done quite a few. There's a few things. So like, yeah, I'll give you a quick.
SMGs.
So there's armor. It's ridiculous. Like this is.
Look at you.
This is all the stuff you can like kind of unlock, power ups and whatnot. I've been playing it just more seriously than my own good lately, just because I've been having a lot of the free time. I don't know if I should be ashamed. Oh God.
Well, I'm sure somebody's been playing it a whole lot more than you, so I wouldn't.
Oh
worry.
yeah, no, exactly.
Oh, it looks like everybody's having fun out there while you're shopping for guns.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna do anything crazy right away. But yeah.
And someone says an epic win, lol.
Exactly. But they've also like it's evolved quite a bit. It used to be just like standard. I mean, well, it's actually really funny because I was actually watching a documentary on how Halo kind of shaped online gaming, competitive online gaming anyway. Like MLG,
see that, yeah.
like they kind of standardized. Ooh, did you get him?
Ooh, that's lucky.
Thanks, buddy. But yeah, they've kind of standardized MLG gaming. Just because like playing Halo, because like it was just a bunch of guys well, maybe it was just console Major League Gaming because I mean obviously playing on the computer was quite standard. Ooh, shit. Oh God. Oh,
Punch him in the bum.
Oh God. Oh, and then that happens, of course.
Then you get shot at.
Yeah, but yeah, there's like when they first made Halo 1, there was like huge amounts of like like a nerdy kind of community that was just having way too much fun and playing in their living rooms, and then they were like, well, what if we could just all play, in our respective living rooms without having to, bring people over and whatnot.
Yeah, well, that was a big. There was a huge technological barrier at the time, of course.
Oh, yeah.
The only way you could really do it is to have multiple Xboxes, multiple TVs.
Yeah, like a LAN setup kind of deal.
You had to do a LAN setup, and this is still before flat screens were really ubiquitous. And everybody had one, right? So you've got like your Xbox under one arm, you've got your 14-inch tube TV under the other arm.
Your router and
somebody's got a router, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, exactly.
Just pray that somebody didn't bring like the wrong gauge of cable or something.
Yeah, that's very true. Get out of here.
Shoot, the gun.
Yeah, and there's also I'm not gonna go really into detail about all the crazy amounts of like micro customization and micro managing about Halo 5. They've gone like way further than I like to even think about. Just because, like how you can win certain games, and also how you can also have the upper hand on people. Shit. I don't know if there's a guy even still down there. I want to make sure.
Yeah, always double tap.
And also, the speed of the game actually has increased significantly, like mondo fast. If you go back and you play Halo 1, like it's so slow. It's like
I feel like because I'm grasping back in time here, like 10 years ago to playing Blood Gulch with my friends, but it feels like you're less floaty, I guess.
Yeah, you actually
like
kind of have
like jumps don't last as long, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You're not in the air as long. But the cool thing is that what they have done actually is if I jump in the air and I aim, it slows your descent. They've done some really neat kind of like ID. Like I don't know, I'm really happy with the game personally as a long-time playing fan. But it's definitely its own thing. It's not. I go back and play the older style because I did download the older remastered editions and whatnot, and they all still play exactly the same, even though the graphics are updated and whatnot. But basically, yeah, they're completely different. Like they're night and day. You can't. Maybe Halo 1 and 2 are the only ones that actually have similarities. Punch you right in the face. These are the computers guys I was talking about, and there's a guy up here and I can't take it.
I was gonna say, that guy's
God.
Oh, yikes.
Hit a rocket launcher waiting for me. Yeah, there's so like each base, once you capture one, you get little there's a little marine in the right corner over there. Yeah, they kind of help out just by
kind of help out.
Yeah, they don't do much, honestly.
Red confirmed.
Oh God, okay. Thought there was someone right behind me because of my radar. But they've done, like I say, they've done some nice touches, like just stuff to make the online experience more enjoyable, because you're always like they have to compete with Call of Duty.
Yeah, the competition is so intense these days.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Thank you. I've also been playing a lot with. I'm gonna have to try to hide right here for a second because your TV's smaller, and I've actually had my sensitivity really low, and that's like a weird thing that I've never thought I'd find myself doing. Because like you always see people like with the 10 spaghetti flinging sensitivity that's just off the walls, but I actually have a really low sensitivity, and there's like a lot of reasons for that. I started doing like research why, why do I suck, and then it turns out that like a lot of people play with low sensitivities because it's like the game modes are a little faster than other stuff. So with a slower sensitivity, you can like track someone's
more easily.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's another weird thing that I was really surprised with, is that there's like a perfect algorithm to like getting the most out of your kills too.
Yeah, there's like a calculator online somewhere that tells you if you have the kind of mouse where you can change the DPI, like for Overwatch specifically.
Really, for
like
Overwatch.
what is optimal? Like they data mined the mouse settings for like thousands of top players. Like everybody who's ever been to a competition, they've figured out their mouse settings and everything, and they found a perfect middle where it's like basically everybody's using these settings plus or minus a couple points.
Yeah.
So this is what you should be using. So
okay.
And it gives you a chart of how to adjust it higher or lower depending on what you prefer.
Yeah, because there's some people though still like I play on a lower setting, but there's some people that definitely still play on higher settings than I do. But that was one thing I found out was that there's like a lot of professional players that play. Oh man, that guy's got a crazy tank. Oh my god.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, when they're like yellow like that, that means they're a more upgraded version of another. Get out of here! Get out of here! Yes, got him.
Ooh, nice.
Oh god,
oh, nice.
tank got me. But yeah, I found out that a lot of professionals play under 5 and under is like the required sensitivity, and I was playing like 6 and 7, and I was like wondering why I sucked so much. But then I realized that I have played a lot of Call of Duty, just because it was like played a lot on the PS3, and it was the only thing that I could play that had like, it was good online fun, I guess you could say. Oops, shit, that's not where I want to spawn. But like that's another game where like sensitivity, you want it to be like extremely high because you want to be like swinging your gun around like without even thinking and trying to get one-shot kills, through walls, and there's no, like, it's all 50-50 luck, but then as soon as I started playing this, I was like, man, I really gotta think of my strategies a little better.
Yeah.
Teammates eliminated a soldier bandit.
Let's see if I can sneak up on this tank. Oh, this guy's already got it. Good job, dude. Whoa.
Oh, yikes.
And then you get run over by a Gerst. Maybe I'll hop in a vehicle here.
Yeah.
We got some vehicles. Just for you, Casey. I'll bust out.
Call down your Titan.
Oh yeah, man. So there's like
stand by for Titanfall.
Yeah, that's like, this is one of the, I think this is from Halo 4. You don't see these guys until Halo 4. They're like mantises.
Sweet.
This one's got a laser shooter, a laser pew pew.
Nice. Makes a nice little pew pew as well.
Yeah.
Pew 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 pew.
And then I think it's got some sort of other missile thing. Launches blue missiles.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nice. Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Get out. Yeah, you don't. Mantises don't stand chances against tanks. That's just a fact. One-on-one. Let's see if I can sneak up on him. Get him.
Use your jump jets.
Ugh, now this guy, I wish this thing had jumps. Yeah.
Hooray!
Well, that was a really fast match. I'm glad you got to see that whole thing go over so well.
Good, yeah, it was, I don't know that I was really following what was happening. I was just kind of watching.
No, yeah, I feel that, this is, if you're like out of context, it's just like kind of stuff's just happening. Yeah, no, yeah, you gotta play like probably like 10 matches before you really try to understand the fullness of the objectives, and but that's Warzone's the new kind of mode that Halo 5 was trying to push for. And they did a really good job.
Yeah, well.
And you get to see another thing. So like, yeah, when you get certain things, you get awards, and then when you get an award, it pops open and you get these little cards.
Oh, sweet. So that's what you would.
So that's what you spend. Yeah. So these are the things you get in the game. So then like now you can rack these up, and like the more you get, the more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you also have little like a certain kind of a currency as well. I guess it's actually as much as, even though not many people probably know what's going on, I guess I am kind of trying to explain it to the best of my ability. So if you're new to Halo 5, this video might help you understand a little bit what's going on, what everything means.
Oh yeah.
Because like, they're called requisitions, and you can buy them for physical money, obviously, like most games are trying to do nowadays. But a nice thing is you can also just buy them with the money you earned in the game. So, and you do rack up the points relatively quickly, and you can unlock everything by playing instead of buying.
That's ideal.
So then, so you buy some stuff and you get some things, and now you get like different armors and whatnot. There's all kinds of videos online that show you like what's the best stuff to buy and all that jazz. I'm not gonna go too deep into that.
Sweet deal.
Yeah, so that's Halo 5. That's a really short clip.
Yeah, just a quick look, yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely changed a lot.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's your look.
That's your hot take.
If you see me,
that's your one shot.
If you see me on there teabagging you, flip your finger off at me, because you know who it is. It's my gamer tag in the bottom corner.
That's right.
Svendini, not Houdini.
Add him. Send him
hate mail.
Send him death threats. All sorts of good stuff.
I'll willingly take them with lightheartedness. All right, maybe next time.
Yeah, next time.